Boyfriend asked me to marry him after 2 years of dating. He planned out the logistics of our marriage. Plus, all updates. Boyfriend, male 40, and me, 23 male, have been together for 2 years. We met at work, both nurses, and regardless of our age difference, we really do great together. He recently left the hospital we met and worked at to go to a different hospital. Since the move, he has been spending more time at my place, which isn't a huge deal. It cuts off 15 minutes of his commute. Usually when he has his kids, he will stay at his place. I manage my finances pretty efficiently. This is important for later. I have a little bit of a fear of money, mostly because I don't have the backing of my parents like my sister does. See prior posts about my sister. I think this started last week when I was paying bills and updating my monthly budget spreadsheet. This he has seen many times before. While we have never directly talked about money, I never really thought we needed to. He has commented on how impressed he is with the way I manage mine, and he could never be as responsible as I am. Last night we went to dinner, and we were having a great time. He asked me to marry him. He went on to say that he knew I was the one because I was so unlike his ex-wife and he knew he could trust me. He had the entire logistics of our marriage planned out, right down to how our finances were managed. I would be managing them. He said he has no issues handing over his paycheck, and he would save the receipts like I do to track the spending. I'm flattered. But at the same time, I don't really know how I feel about this. He is beyond helpful when he is here. We have an amazing chemistry. His kids are all teens, so I don't really have to worry about raising kids. But something just feels off. Am I missing something? Update. I need to clear a few things up. Someone mentioned the word SA. I want to make it perfectly clear that there was none of that. The truth is that we met at work. Our shifts overlapped and we started talking just out of coworkers and potential friends. One night he mentioned that it was going to be a wet ride home. I asked what he meant by that, and he said that he brought his bike and it was raining and storming. I asked where he lived, and his place was on my way home. I offered him a ride after work. When we were leaving, he showed me his bike. We started talking after that point, and then he asked me out to dinner and for a date. I happily accepted. I willingly slept with him. Another person from yesterday asked about what we had in common. People didn't think that we could have any common interests. Here is a list. Food, movies, music, TV, our jobs. We are both RNs, wind therapy. I love getting on the back of the bike with him and just riding. He used to be in the army, and so he is still in great shape, and I love to work out and go for a run, so we work out together. We can talk and it feels natural and not forced. Back in June, we had a full 3 nights of Northern Lights. We went to one of the best viewing spots and just sat on the blanket watching the Northern Lights and cuddling. He was always respectful. He never hesitated to help me out at my house or if I asked for something. And last, there were no daddy issues. I never called him daddy or anything like that. It was all mutual respect. My post from yesterday was removed. I did something wrong and broke rule number 3. I think it was because I asked a question at the end of the post. Last night, my neighbor came back over after she got off work and we talked about it a little more. She said that her advice for a trial run was bad advice and to not listen to her. I told her that I made the decision to end it all together. I gave all my reasons and she said it was all sound though and it was for the better. This morning he came over and I sat him down and ended it. He said he regretted asking me to marry him and he was really sorry. I told him why I wanted to break up. I told him that I loved all the time we spend together and that I don't regret it. But I have a lot of work to do on myself that I need to fix, and that staying in a relationship wasn't going to help or do me any favors. He asked for a friends with benefits relationship, and I told him no. I needed a clean break. Again, I told him that I enjoyed our time together, but it needs to come to an end so we both can move on and we can get what we both need in a relationship. I was stupid. There were a ton of red flags, but I ignored them until I had no choice to acknowledge them. I feel good. I'm happy with my decision, and I'm grateful to all of you that responded yesterday with your thoughts and inputs. What do you guys think? Let's discuss in the comments. Follow and like for more stories.